prevalent for so long and can still potentially be prevalent. You think about Valorant coming in and like taking a huge chunk of the NA player base was just like you basically lost a huge part of the veteran guard that went, and rightfully so, went to get the paycheck that they could get over in Valorant, and that meant that a lot of the up and coming players in Counter-Strike didn't have that kind of veteran leadership to rely upon, which we're seeing that come back, and it's definitely been very effective in my opinion. I mean, you look at Stanislaw on Wildcard, he never left to go to Valorant, but like he took a little break, came back, and he's been on the grind ever since.
Well, speaking of players that went to Valorant and came back, Vanity playing on Getting Info tonight.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
I love me some Vanity. I love me some that Chaos roster towards the end of the COVID era was so good. And I think the competition, the healthy competition they had with Triumph that eventually was Chaos and Bad News Bears as well, was just that was the kind of stuff that you look at and you go, okay, NA is probably going to be all right. And then they kind of blew up and players went various ways because of Valorant and what have you. And it's just like, oh well, we gotta wait a little bit longer. Now we've got M80 and Wildcard and Nouns and NRG. I had the conversation earlier with somebody. It's like ECL has basically become ESL Pro League NA.
Yes.
What that was back in the day, which is great to see. And now I do see we're in the game here, and kills are coming across the ocean here.
And it's already been a bit of a bloodbath here on the Bad News Capybara side. Only C-Base left in the 1 versus 4. And he's just going to go roll on and over to A. Chat, I do want to point out one other thing is I do have a prediction rolling. So if you do want to predict the winner of this one, now would be the time to get those points in before the pistol round ends. Because now that the pistol round is over, I'm going to be closing that prediction. So if we can get like 100 points on each side, just so that, there's something in there.
Here, I'm throwing.
If you don't have any points,
I'm stacking the deck.
Hit the follow. You get 300 points. I'm going to push this button. Thank the recent followers. Look at all those people that followed. Thank you for the follows. We have the pistol round ending, so I'm going to lock that prediction. And we'll get things into the anti-eco.
So, just something that I didn't really question earlier. Is it still 2 best of 1s in ECL?
It is 2 best of 1s.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
Tonight we've got Mirage and Dust 2, so I hope you like Orange.
I absolutely love Dust as a concept and as a theme. Dusty maps, they're so great, especially when it's negative.
Your name is not Anakin Skywalker then?
Yeah, especially when it's -30 outside, and I just don't need to look at like winter themed maps.
Yeah,
I don't know
sunny.
if there's a winter themed map.
FY Ice World. But man, look at this. Bad News Capybara all the way around to B, all the way back to A. Trying to get that bomb down. Peeping gonna stop them in their tracks. 3 kills right in a row, as well as CJ joining in. The Nouns picking up a quick 2 rounds. So, just to point out, it was asked, what are you doing today? Well, I mean, if you can't see it on your screen, it is Nouns Esports versus Bad News Capybara. We're going to be starting things out here on Mirage, moving over to Dust 2, and really hoping to see some solid play out of Nouns. Just a little bit of a news update here. Their next proposal with the DAO should be going in sometime tomorrow. I know that the plan is for the women's team, theirs will conclude, and then hopefully the members of the DAO will not go, wait, didn't we just see this? Like, no,
we just
guys,
voted yes for this. Yeah, it's something that I think is becoming more and more well documented, is how the Nouns process works and how unique it is in the esports space, and I think that's something that's very cool to see. Speaking more on the round though, Junior a 1-for-1 in the middle. C-Bass coming
picking
in.
up 2.
Yeah.
Trade back by Peeping, but it does look like Bad News Capybara are going to head over to the B-bomb site. Ooh, they're making a lot of noise though. Rush playing on in apartments, going to pick off C-Base on the way in, or C-Bass. I keep saying, I started saying C-Base last night because I'm like,
I see it as C-Bass just because like Bass is 2S. I don't know. It's one of those English things that you'll never really get over. The good news is it's just Grave Kevin left here against Peeping. and CJ to King. 30 seconds left on the clock. Coming forward, dropping down, trying to mask with the AK shot. It looks to have worked the first time. And CJ, he's caught out, but he is more than willing to take the task. 15 HP in a dream. Works out. Gets to choose his AK of choice. And Nouns continue to hold on the lead 3-0.
Yeah, you love when you get to go shopping for skins. Like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, what does this one have? Oh, that's a fire serpent. Oh, this one's a gold Arabesque. Oh, they're all so nice. But nah, usually in matchmaking, it's here's a vanilla AK. Here's a vanilla AK with something racist written on it. Okay, I'm going to go back to the M4. But a bit of a tough round there for Bad News. Not even a bomb plant to give them that little bit of extra cash. They did manage to knock over 4 members of Nouns, so knocking away a fair amount of money, and that's a good start to things. Seabass picking up the 1 dig onto Cryptic, playing on Cat. Now the rest of Bad News Capybara going to start to line up to try and go for a B split sort of a play here. Ooh, another 1 dig as well. Suddenly this play's got legs. The pistol's got better than the rifles.
Yeah,
to speak of, the rifle's going to be picked up as well.
Great shots coming in there from Gabe and Seabass just should take the space, and now all of a sudden B's open for them. They've still got, there's still legs to this as well. Junior going down in towards middle. That's just that just leaves you with CJ and Peeping to try and do anything with this round, and I don't think they will. I mean, it's a 4v2. You want to keep these guns, and especially because, I mean, you don't want to walk into a B-site Mirage without having at least some kind of advantage. They don't have the utility for it. They don't have the numerical advantage for it. So yeah, scatter to the wind, hide away, keep the guns for another round, and you know, hopefully save a bit of money in your economy here to provide for the rest of your teammates who are all pretty much broke as of this round.
Well, this is a disastrous couple of rounds for Nouns. They lose 4, so that's 4 rifles down. Even if they win the round, they still, the money, you know, it's a big reinvestment. And now we see the loss mean that they're going to be down on nothing. It's going to be Peeping and CJ with rifles. Maybe we get a FAMAS or an M4 A1S buy over, but the utility is going to be in a sorry shape here. Nouns going to really have to hit their shots. C-Base, oh my gosh, now I can't stop doing it. I know they're spelled the same way. I know they're spelled the same way. It's that lovely quirk of the English language where you have words spelled the same way that could sound different.
It's okay. The good news is it's a new round. It's a new opportunity. We can focus on other players instead. And, I mean, the first two maybe to focus on here is CJ and Peeping with Cryptic over and towards the A side. They're trying to lock this down with 3 separate positions. You got Cryptic in towards Sandwich. J-Chance is already out, though. The majority of good Bad News Capybaras is already out. J-Chance will get that first kill. Peeping with the trade. Cryptic coming in as well. It's all unfurling layer after layer. The A side's like an onion.
The A site is like an onion. Take down that first player. You start to move in, and we get the bomb plant here for Bad News Capybara. After a bad first couple of rounds, they finally start to make an impact here. The MP9's doing great work for Nouns. Now Laffy T's left alone in the 1 versus 2, but he's just got to defend this. Spots the first player over by missiles, but not able to take him down. It's going to be Rush bringing out that MP9 and doing some solid work. So Nouns, they do manage to battle it back, but again, heavy losses incurred. They're going to get the rifles picked up, so no more MP9s. But the money is still kept fairly close.
Yeah, that's a really good fight that Rush wins out there. It's honestly kind of comes down to just where did you start your spray? And in Laffy's case, it started too far to one side. You have to try and adjust. At the same time, you're getting hit as well. And yeah, just gets cleaned up there. The good news is, because of the bomb plants that they've had over the last few rounds, Bad News Capybaras will have a buy coming in here. It's a pretty good buy as well. You got 4 AKs, you got an op in the hand of J-Chance, who is known to hit some pretty good shots. So I'm excited to see what happens here, and especially with the large focus over towards mid early on.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see them last night, and yeah, J-Chance was hitting some pretty nutty shots. Not quite the consistency of let's say a Monacy, but you know, sometimes you just need a little bit. And that's a good start to the thing, rushing on in through the smoke, but CJ answers back with 2. Laffy T's with the refrag and gonna get the bomb down as well. So again, bad news Capybara. They cut their way into the site and
Oh, Junior, you're such a lucky. Oh my goodness. The fire was literally at his feet.
He's blowing on the smoke. He's doing the thing where you just blow into your microphone and pretend that you're on Nintendo Switch and the fire gets blown away. Oh, look at these nades. The damage being done to bad news Capybara. Oh, but as they cross, Kevin takes down one. Junior answers back, but again, J Chance bringing out that op to defend the site. Junior with a lot of work to be done here, and he's not going to be able to pull it off. J Chance with the double to close this one out.
Yeah, huge coming in. Not necessarily maybe the flashiest shots coming through with the op, but it's consistent shots, right? That's what you needed at the time of the round, and that forces Nouns into an awkward position now because their economy is shattered. It is big shock to the system. A few pistols, maybe a few MP9s coming around to kind of hold everything together here, but duct tape and glue kind of construction on this round, and especially J Chance with that op in hand, 4 AKs still surrounding him. Just it makes everything all that more difficult for the CT side to try and keep everything together.
Yeah, I mean, of the maps where the MP9 is going to be pulled out, there's plenty of little spots that you could use here. So and Rush, every time he doesn't have one, which is actually kind of perplexing to me. When you could have a player with the MP9, Rush is just going to get in your face. So a little bit confusing, but we will see what Nouns Esports have to say about this round. He does have the 5-7, which is going to do some serious damage. And Smoke going to discourage the fast push by Bad News Capybara. A little bit of noise made as well. So what is the plan here?
I think I like the mid pressure coming in so far here from Grave New Capybaras, because it leaves them open to go towards either side. It's a stack coming in from Nouns. They're really starting to rotate over towards B heavily here, and I think with the 40 seconds left on the clock, it's a good idea to do that, just because we loaded onto the site that's going to be the harder one to retake, and especially because now the decision's coming in, it's going to be fast up towards Cat. Seabass has the bomb going first. That's going to be an issue potentially here. No. Kills come through. Peeping will get one back, but they're running into the stack here, and they got 20 seconds. So they have to commit.
Yeah, they have to commit. And oh my gosh, 15 seconds. Kill for Peeping. Rush joining in, not able to hit the shots, but Junior is. And it's just down to C-Base, and it'll be Junior to close that one out. That's 2 AKs over to Nouns Esports as well. That was not exactly the C-Base dropping that Bad News Capybara are going to be looking for here. It will have a slight reinvestment here. A couple of AKs for J Chance. Stop saying C-Base. All right, fine.
All your C-Base are belong to us. How about that?
All right. Chat gonna yell at me. I do read it. I will switch to C-Bass.
I have read your complaint and I have ignored it.
No. I don't ignore it.
That was my favorite. That was like my favorite reasoning back in the day. If somebody would say something, it's like, no, I think I'm just gonna continue to do it as I do it, because
I mean, it does bait out more chat if you ignore chat and intentionally annoy them. But this is a really good eco round from Bad News Capybara. They're going to get the bomb down. J Chance lit down low. But these weapons from Nouns Esports, I mean, what happened to this hold? It's just been blown to pieces. They need to get moving. Otherwise, the site's going to be blown to pieces as well. J Chance down on 2 HP. The spam through box hitting hard here. Nouns, they're not ready to move before the smoke clears. Rush spots the first in sandwich, but it doesn't matter. Laffy T's and J Chance with a kill apiece, and we're just trading rounds.
Hey man, if that's what they need to get through everything, I mean, it's a way to get through the game. I think it favors the T side just because of how the money structure works, but it's a struggle bus coming through. I mean, Peeping is trying to do his best, as is Junior. 9 kills apiece, leading the server. Seabass on the other side, 8 kills to his name. It's one of those things of just how long can you outlast your opponent in terms of rounds going back and forth and being able to do more with less. is really what it comes down to, especially with Nouns having the right read for a few rounds now in a row of just stacking the right site and taking those fights where they think they can.
Yeah, I mean, the big worry is, again, I don't know if they've been practicing with Infinite or if they've been practicing with CJ for this, knowing that they're going to have to play him. Oh, good start to the round, though. 2 kills already. Nouns very firmly in the driver's seat. As Bad News Capybaras start to filter on in A. Peeping with a kill onto Seabass and Rush. Kill onto Grave Kevin. Good trade by Laffy Tees, but CJ will clean this one up, and that is a disaster. Bad News Capybara going to be surrendering a lot of weapons over Nouns Esports. And as we get into round number 10, the bank has been broken.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's all good. We don't have to worry about it. It's gonna work itself. They'll just buy Tech Nines and get through onto a site. Like
I mean,
it can go any one way, and it will go any one way. They do have a timeout right now where they're discussing. Are we gonna full buy into this? Mac 10s, Tech 9s. Is that the play? Is that really what we want to do? And I mean, you look at the 2 rounds they lost most recently, and both times they ran into the stacked site that Nouns had. So you take the good with the bad in this case. And I think they're finally going to recognize, you know what? We'll let them have another round here. Let's save our money, come in with AKs fresh and revitalized for another go.
Yep, I like the idea. Bringing out those Tech 9s. I did see a Deagle buy, and yeah, that's been gifted over to Seabass, so that's going to be something dangerous to look out for on the round. That Deagle already having huge impact on this game, but Nouns, they're pushing up mid. They're going fast. J-Chance already taken down, and Junior's looking for more. He's going to get the nade down into the smoke. Oh, that's going to pop open right up. That's no Deag for Seabass this round. Rush picking up 2 as well, and Grave Kevin now the lone player left standing. 1 versus 5 as Nouns send in the MP9 to get the money.
It's a strong round. And I mean, you don't lose much from it, which is good for Nouns. They need to keep this economy going, especially coming into the last 2 rounds. You want to secure a buy and another buy to make sure that, it doesn't matter what happens. You're going to have 2, strong rounds at the end here. And again, Pistol's coming in for Bad News Capybaras. So we'll see what comes of that. And hopefully, they're hoping for some more 1 Deag magic coming in from, the likes of Gabe, the likes of Seabass, but it's not necessarily going to have to come in here just yet. And fast out, Laffy Tees going to be the first one to go down.
Yeah, I mean, man, of all of the scorelines that you could expect from your T side of Mirage, a possible 9-3 is going to take the wind right out of your sails. I mean, 8-4 even hurts quite a lot. Mirage does feel pretty even among the sides, but I didn't get a whole lot of a chance to talk about it as we were getting into this. Nouns Mirage with Carson and George, they were a force to be feared. They were one of a couple of teams that I would just be like, all right, it's Mirage. This is going to go one way. And with the new teammates, Peeping has been doing a lot of really good work. He's been fantastic on his rifles. We've seen him a few rounds here doing good work with the SMGs as well. The young player getting on in there and, making use of those reaction times and all of that. But now we see how the rifles play out here for both these teams. And Gabe going to spray down Crypto through the wood wall into stairs. Ooh, Junior getting involved in Peeping as well, just mentioning him. Now 4 versus 3, Nouns once again in the driver's seat. I'm making its way on up mid for J-Chance. He has some idea of where the players are. So I do like this play. Nouns he's in time to reposition.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a weird spot because he has to conceal himself away from Junior. He's alone towards middle, so a swing could have come in and killed him. But it's seemingly working out now because the push is coming in. Laffy's taking the space over and nearly taking down Peeping with utility. So it looks like the end goal here is going to be the A site, and that's kind of where everybody's congregating. And Grave Kevin kind of the last one in here to find Rush is huge. Peeping going down to Laffy's. It's just a Junior 1v3. He's got to go for it.
He does have to go for it last round of the half. Good shot to start things off. Laffy Tees taken down. Oh, the nade. Not onto the correct player there. J-Chance only going to be knocked down by a little bit. So this op still has a lot of work to do. Oh, spots the second, though. Brave Kevin. 1 versus 1. Heads up to close out the round here. Is it 8-4 or is it 9-3? Junior down on 4 HP and J Chance just tapping away. And it is going to be the 8-4 finish here on the T side for Bad News Capybara and Nouns.
Great attempt there from Junior to try and even get that far. That nade got just eaten by Ticket. Like, that should have done some more damage, I feel like, to him. But you know what? It happens. It's all good. They ride through. And, yeah, I mean, it's just... What do you expect into the second round? I mean, this is something I've been sitting on. I was sitting on thinking about it, and when we look, you mentioned it, you know, kind of off the top here. The Bad News Capybaras were relegated. They weren't supposed to be playing, but because of the shakeup, they're back, and they're going up against a Noun squad that you know is probably looking to take the whole cake here, win all of ECL. I think we're really seeing the difference in between the two teams. Even kind of how rounds are structured and how Nouns have been in terms of everything else. So it's good to see that an 8-4 half come through, I guess, for the Nouns side.
Oh yeah, but this is not a good start that you'll be looking for your pistol round. Junior trades one back, but Peeping can't find it. Cryptic now looking for the kills. He's on no armor, the IGL of Nouns. Oh, he picks up some kills, though. 1 versus 2 to close this one out. They're both sitting in market, but he's got bomb. Seabass, though, just going to tap the head, and it's going to be the pistol round going the way of Bad News Capybara. So you're saying how do I think this is going to go? And before pistol round, I was going to say a Nouns win, but with the pistol round, a lot of what I've seen from Nouns in previous seasons is their CT side on Mirage is great. A lot of times it felt like their T sides on Mirage would fall flat on their face. Like, not totally flat, but pretty like a Diet Coke that's been left out for maybe 30 minutes and not like 2 hours. And they would come back a lot of times on the CT side. So I think 8-4 is going to feel very comfortable for them. I think that's a very good spot for them, but I don't know. And to be honest, I haven't gotten to see a lot of the new Nouns team.
Yeah, listen, if it's got that new car smell, it's gonna drive great. I think it's the best way the way I'm gonna think about it. I mean, talk about it right now. Peeping getting 2 kills immediately into the round to give him something else. J-Chance, great nade in on Junior.
Just dropping the base over there with that nade.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
FET's maybe popping back into this, but the rifle picked up for Rush. Getting dangerous. There's no kit in play. And that will be the 10-second timer. So all they can do now is run. I
don't know if he survives here. Oh, just barely. Okay. There's something. But, I mean, it's around back. Oh, my goodness. The kit right behind him. That's so unfortunate. I mean, it's a good round for Nouns to come into. They're going to all of a sudden have big guns coming into it because, of course, where the buy was. And you're going up against a CT economy that is heavily hampered now with 3 MP9s and 2 Deagles coming through.
Yep. Well, and man, that's exactly the same thing that happened on the other half too. Is we had the pistols be the heroes that managed to turn the game around. After the CT side had a good start, it was the pistols. It's NACS is the glowing neon sign that I would put over those pistols. You know, like, not that you don't see this happen in EU, but so often it happens with the Ecos win here. It's comeback mechanics is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to see that come through, which is really nice. That's the cool point of this all. So, you know, in the meantime, it's just Grave Kevin left here, 1v5, making a 1v4. And honestly, you want to take those. I appreciate the fighting coming through. You want to take those fights because if there's potential for you to pick up an AK, one, you're taking it out of the enemy's hands, but two, you're you're essentially pocketing it for the next round. Especially with Nouns hitting double digits here, all of a sudden it's 10-5. It's like, well, you got to get something going sooner rather than later, because otherwise the struggle is just going to continue here. And all of a sudden we're going to be on dust 2, and it's like, well, we're 1-0 down on the series. We need to try and get a map back. Let's focus up for that. But I mean, yeah, 10-5. You want to hope that your economy really starts to come into play here sooner rather than later, to give you a bit more of a fight in towards this map.
Yeah. Oh man, and I mean the Pistols, they've done a solid amount of work already. Laffy T's and Seabass, they do get themselves into the 2 versus 3. Laffy T's picking up one more, but he is going to be caught now all alone. This is Pistols and just an eco buy here from Bad News Capybara. Nouns going to be looking to make their way to the penultimate point here. See if they can make this round work out. 1 versus 2 for Laffy T's, and Peeping rips his head right off.
Nice.
Nice.
Get that kill. You get an AK back for your troubles. Why not? Who cares? No, it's. Listen, I mean, bringing it down to 2 players on pistols is pretty good. Now all of a sudden coming in, you got 5 rifles, good amount of utility behind it. I don't see a kit, which is kind of concerning, but we'll see kind of where they sit with that in a second, maybe. I don't know. You got Junior with an op in hand. Yeah, Junior's with an op in hand. It's going to be hopefully a big round from him to swing it towards Nouns side, get it to 12, break Bad News Capybara's money, and really put this game in the bed.
Big rush in from Bad News Capybara, though. They don't have an idea that there's another player behind. They got their first pick, and a rush, able to pick up 1, but that's all he's going to get. News Capybara, they take the driver's seat and leave it all up to Junior. 1 versus 3. Some fantastic kills on the aggression in mid, and now Junior going to have to do it all himself. The op caught all alone. This is not going to be an easy one. He does have the bomb, but they swing him as 3, and it's Seabass with the kill. And Bad News Capybara, well, they didn't even need kits if they get the kills.
I'm a little bit surprised by his commitment going in towards the A site after all the fighting that just happened there. Bad News Capybaras, of course, they swarm over towards that stairs side. They're going to play together. They're going to keep going, taking these fights together. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it just kind of it works out for them, just because all of a sudden they can all swing. They see Junior on the shoulder peak, and it's like, well, okay, we're just gonna go as 1 unit. He only has 1 shot. It works out for him. So op kept in for another round. It's a big buy from Nouns as well. It puts them kind of out of money. They've got to make something happen here to get to the match point.
Yeah, this one definitely feels like a very very important one. Although, with a solid buffer of rounds, there is the possibility that even if Nouns do lose 1, they'll still come back. Oh, that's a heartbreaking loss. C-Base with 3, picking up 4 on the round, and CJ left all alone. J-Chance picking up that op, able to lay the hammer down.
Maybe drop the base.
Drop the base. Well, but he's J-Chance. So,
well,
I wonder if there's like a Monopoly joke here. He passed go and collected $200 and got the kill.
What is your favorite color to buy in Monopoly?
The oranges.
People want to know. The oranges?
Yeah.
That's respectable. That's the way.
They're like right in the middle of the board. They're a place that a lot of people. It's either the oranges or the reds, but
yeah,
I don't know. Getting anywhere in the middle there is always good. Regardless,
I think the Browns are slept on, to be honest. I think they're the actual powerhouse that nobody appreciates. But
Browns?
Yeah, like they're like the first two properties you can buy.
Oh, but no one ever lands on those. It seems like.
That's why they're underappreciated. But when they do, they're super cheap to upgrade, so you can just like slap a hotel on them pretty quickly.
I mean,
anyways,
yeah, they are cheap. Regardless, pistols for Nouns, unable to get the job done. 8-11.
Yeah, a bit of a comeback being kicked up here by Bad News Capybaras. Good to see. Keeping the competitive spirit, keeping the fight. They're gonna have to run up against 4 AKs and a Khalil here. We'll see how prepared they are. They've got a good setup over towards A, especially. I worry about the mid pressure that might come in here as they've given it fully up, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on this one. It's a ticking clock to see how the Nouns players really unfurl the round.
I will say, if they do lose this, Nouns will have at least one more bye before they tie things up. So that's got to be playing into their heads just a little bit. I wonder if they're confused that they've been giving up so much space in mid. Bad News Capybara holding the sites close. They have B site kind of left in default spots, and A site aggressively held. Are going to walk into this 3-player stack here. This one should be gnarly. Seabass peeking out, has to cross, but the smoke to cover him from the ramp, he's able to pick off Peeping. Cryptic trades one back. And Rush joining in as well. Nouns Esports now in the driver's seat.
Chance. You don't know about J-Chance. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. J-Chance. Can't do that.
He's got huge. The op. 2 shots, 2 kills. It's going to be all up to Rush. He picks off the first. Can he get this opera, though? He's going to peek out. Oh, the shot through the wall, and he will get the kills.
There was a dink, an op shot through a box, and then just the pure swing with the Tech 9 from J-Chance. That's a huge round from him. And yeah, it was just one of those things that because Seabass moved, the projection is okay. There's only going to be 2 towards A because they had the person coming A main. They had the person covering over in towards that the con area, that area, and it leaves Palace completely open. But J-Chance just doesn't move at all. He doesn't make any noise, which means there's no reason to check it. There's no reason to look there. That's just a big round from him, and all of a sudden it's a 2-round game.
Yeah, and this is the dangerous one. We do have the pistols out once again for Nouns. We've seen dangerous things happen, but at the end of the day, this one does feel like a possibility of even making it all the way to overtime, right? Like, this is a pistol round, not very likely to win, although you never know. Hold the phone. Nouns getting a lot of players out mid here. Seabass looking at a smorgasbord of kills, but he can't get any. Junior picks up 1, Peeping joining in as well. Laffy T's answers back. Turn it to even, and Gabe grabs CJ as well, but Cryptic with the trade. Oh man, Nouns have made a big mess of things for Bad News Capybara with these pistols. Cryptic, op comes out, and J-Chance will answer.
So, yeah, we talk about it being a new roster on the Noun side. I think this is where you really look at it and you go, yeah, this is definitely like one of those things of like the roster still getting used to itself. It's still getting used to being together because, you know, all of a sudden they're reeling. You look at the round previous where, you know, it came down to a 1v1 between Rush and J-Chance, and like, it's getting left into that point of view, right? They didn't check a spot, and that comes down to they don't know each other well enough yet. They're not comfortable fully in terms of who's clearing what, who's taking care of what, and that leads to this kind of a round where now all of a sudden they've let Bad News Capybaras back into this game. It's 11-10, and now you're looking to try and make some kind of novelty play, some kind of bring out a bigger part of the strat book, or you know what you have of it to truly make something work here, and that's going to be a big thing because you need to get this over the line. You've had it at 11 for what, 7 rounds? There's 5 rounds now. Yeah, there you go. So big move coming in from Cryptic to get over towards the A site. We'll have to take advantage of this.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good second pick though by Cryptic. Brave Kevin answers back, but CJ with the kill. Now, this is Nouns' chance to push this one to match point, or map point. Gabe popping in first. And both players playing from CT spawns, playing from Ticket, and it's Cryptic to kill both. Nouns Esports push it to 12 rounds. This is going to be the buy here for Bad News Capybara. This is the last chance. J-Chance can have that op picked up, but there's not going to be enough for rifles for the rest of the team. This is going to be a very tense defense.
Yeah, and I think this is the scary thing, and I don't know why, but sometimes it just happens that you get into this kind of a scenario where it's 12-10. You need to make a play to make something happen, and so everybody just does an abnormal play to try and catch the other team out. But the problem is, by doing that, they lose the defensive structure that might have worked so well in previous rounds. J-Chance right now just needs to stay alive, but going back to that repeat, right? He wants to make a play. He wants to make something happen, and this is when it really starts to come into the factor of there's so many extra fights that are going to happen towards this mid area with so many players here.
This is a chaotic opportunity, all things considered. Laffy T's boosted up, taps down the head of Cryptic. 3 versus 5 now. Peeping going to answer back for 1, but still, that's Bad News Capybara in the driver's seat, looking to win this one, and they'll push Nouns to a very questionable buy if they can. So a very good opportunity if they can win this. The health for not looking too good. A quick exchange of frags. Laffy T's looking for something. Oh, Junior misses on the up. Peeping can answer for him, but now it's just Junior. 1 versus 2, and there's a player on each site. Seabass backing off into CT, repositioning, and as well as Gabe getting activated on Cat. He gets the taps, but not quite enough damage. Oh, Seabass going for the wrap. Junior needs to move fast. He doesn't have any idea how fast he's losing ground.
And it's really smart here from the CTs to stick together in the final 20 seconds here. Coming from an odd angle, Junior's not going to be ready for that. And because they're together, because they're both going at the same time, it just means that he gets one, he won't be able to get the other. And now final 7 seconds coming in. There's no space for him to get even the bomb down. And that's going to leave us on to the full 24 round here. Nouns will have a buy into this last round. There is potential for OT on the table. And of course, J-Chance getting that up dropped over to him. That's a round that you look at and it's like, well, they came in with very little and they're coming out with a lot.
Yeah, you just kind of shake your head as you go into that one. Just like people getting picked apart from behind, people getting picked apart from far away. Just a lot of not being ready with what angles you're exposed to as Nouns. They're taking space, but there's still a lot of mystery in the fog of war there. And I like the timeout coming into this final round here. You can't take it with you. You're going to be down to that 1 timeout per overtime as we head into that period. Nouns, can you pull this one back, or are we getting some overtime? I mean, hey, you get that the opening match of the season with the new players on the team, and you know, more rounds is just more opportunities to test out the roster. Problem is, you don't have much time to trade out players if things don't work out. So.
Yeah, this is really where the buddy system works very effectively, but also, like, positionally, you need to be all on the same line of thinking. And now, early on, kills are coming across. It is an advantage of Nouns. Well, with mid secured, it is going to be 2 different angles coming in. J-Chance in through market. You got Gabe in towards middle, or now coming up Cat. Or it's Grave Kevin, my bad. And, well, they know where Peeping is. Cryptic and Junior still kind of unknown. Smoke is going to go down, trying to give them more space. J-Chance walking forward, trying to get this kill desperately. There's the trade coming in, but still have to find 2. Hold on. J-Chance has done it. It's just left to Junior to try and keep this going before we go over to overtime. Tab has come in. J-Chance is holding. Smoke and Molotov both in his favor. Junior's going to take the slide out. He's going to miss, but the problem is the time. There's not enough time anymore. Oh, Junior.
Finishes it with the no scope.
Beautiful. Keeps it together. That's the composure you need. 13-11. Nouns take it just at the last second.
All right, going to cams. Wow. Love to see all 24 rounds getting played. anytime
Yeah.
we get those sorts of